everyone. My name is Alyssa and
I'm Kat.
And today we are here to do a live unbagging from this last week's adventures at the CosmoProf License to Create Premiere Orlando show.
Yes. And we definitely ran off with some serious swag. We pretty much left. We had about a 50-pound bag, right? Because Alyssa and I were kind of being savvy, and we're like, hey, let's just take one carry-on bag or one check-in bag, and we'll just split the cost.
Yeah, and we're really lucky that we did that. I pretty much brought an empty bag. Case in point, to give you an idea, that I took to London for 10 days, and I was not over the weight limit. And when we came back, thank you, Alaska Airlines, for not charging us, because we came back with over 50 pounds of pure swag just from this show.
Yeah. It was awesome. So thank you, CosmoProf. Thank you, Orlando Premiere. And thank you, Hair Nerds, for letting us go off and play and do awesome things. It was definitely a weekend to remember. So cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Coffee cheers. So, but you guys are all here and, you don't care about our coffee. You want to get down to the swag. So let's start unboxing or unbagging these beasts. First and foremost, though, I do want to say, if you're, going to have a swag bag, it might as well be gold and shiny
and heavy
and very heavy. I'm going to look so extra when I go get my groceries. I'm going to be like, oh, don't mind me with my groceries.
Look, and they match my earrings.
She's very happy about her earrings.
Yeah, they hurt. Okay. So let's do it. Go for it, Liz.
So first and foremost, we got a Brawler Pro Rapido Hyperstick Plus Iconic Thermal Paddle Brush. So for all of you guys, I'm very curious about this. I personally have very straight baby fine hair, but I'm really intrigued by how this is going to work. I've heard a lot of things, and I feel like a lot of companies are starting to do kind of more thermal brushes or different ways to do things to make life easier, and we all know we love Babyliss anyways. But, what are your thoughts on it? You have thicker hair.
I do. I have pretty thick, coarse hair. My hair is actually really naturally straight. It does get a little bit of that bevel and whatnot, but because of that, it tends to, my hair can look rough. It instantly doesn't look soft. So I'm intrigued by the fact that it seems like it's like a brush and a flat iron in one, obviously. So my thought process would be, it'd just be a really efficient way to not only travel, but also just be able to get a nice smooth finish on all sorts of hair textures, or even just to kind of smooth and finalize and get that nice finish that we all go for. So if this wasn't so secured in, we actually contemplated plugging it in and showing you, but watching us try to
TSA secure.
Yeah, so we're just not even going to put you through that.
So, but it's like Kat said, I'm super excited, and I love the fact, just like any hairdressers that are out there, because I know our biggest thing that we get asked all the time, especially what are the most important things when it comes to thermal tools, and I don't know about you guys, but the number one thing we always usually say is that it needs to have a temperature setting, or it needs to be very clear of how hot it's going to get, because that's the most important thing, is that we want something that's going to make the hair still feel great at the very end of the day. So what I love about this is that it does, I believe it actually says that it has an LED temperature setting that's in the handle, so at all times you can either adjust it or you can see where it is. And it says it's for all hair types, so
we'll break it out.
We'll break into this later, and if you want to know how we feel about it, shoot us a message.
Or you know what, if you tried it, or you also got the swag bag or went out and bought it, by all means, definitely let us know. I want to move on. This is actually what really excited about this. What are your color formula? Wait, what is your color formula? Blonde with dark blonde?
Oh. Which person?
You.
Me?
I'm pink.
Well, I don't know. So this is actually, we'll
get there.
Something in the bag, I promise. I will come back to that question. I will tell you it is exactly on my head, and it has been enhanced by something that I already broke into the swag bag.
We may or may not have been naughty and tried a couple other things before.
Yeah, so stay tuned, and I promise that I will answer your question, okay?
All right, we'll get back to you on that one for sure. Task at hand. I was actually really excited about the Morgan Taylor nail polish that comes in Give Me a Break Dance. This color, honestly, was probably probably one of my all-time favorites, especially as a kid. It gives me a sense of nostalgia because Lindsay Lohan actually wore a color similar to this in The Parent Trap. So the minute we pulled it out, honestly, I was like, Alyssa, this is like my childhood dream reliving. So I can't wait to play with this shade. And did you get the same?
Yeah, I got the same.
Mine's
Mine's
the same shade.
buried somewhere in there, and I absolutely love it. And I love the Morgan Taylor products too because they're very open about what's in the nail polishes and also what's not in the nail polishes, and they go on really smoothly, which I really like. And I myself, I have an amazing nail gal that I love, but I definitely have more nail polish at home than most nail salons. I have a problem. I've actually been publicly shamed for trying to buy OPI in Target, even though I get a pro discount by my husband. And so I actually pretty sure I have the shade. I might not, and there's never such a thing as having too many of these. And I just love how smooth they go on, but also how easy they come back off, because that's always a big one for me. Like, I don't want to be like all the time. So I'm super excited, and if I can't find mine in my swag bag, I might steal hers.
No, I fight her.
So, okay.
Next thing.
Well, so to answer this question very quickly then, because you were asking about my hair. So one of the things that I got super excited to see in the swag bag was the Celeb Luxury Viral Hybrid Color Conditioner. So to answer the question, my color formula that I actually have on my hair is mostly Wella. My base color back and through here is Wella's Illumina 5-stroke 8-1. The front is actually pre-lightened though to a level 10 platinum, so that I have the option to pretty much put fun things like this in my hair. So I actually already broke into this. So the lilac that is in my hair is about 2 washes of the Viral Lilac Conditioner. So that's what I currently have going on in my hair, and I love it, especially with stuff like this, because the more you condition or the more you shampoo it in, the more intense it gets. But the rule of thumb, it'll even tell you on the back, is that however many times it takes to get to that shade, so if I condition it in 3 times, it'll take 3 shampoos to come back out. So this is actually what's currently in my hair right now, and I absolutely love this.
And since I'm more on the pink side and the side of the lavender, Alyssa gets to double up because I will be staying.
I get to, I get
winning combo. So, next thing, Joico K-Pack. This is actually one of my favorite conditioning masks. I actually already have this in my shower. It's definitely one of those treatments that if you're pre-lightened, if you have any kind of owie, split ends, been gone on vacation, anything like that, shampoo, towel dry or get the moisture out of your hair, let it sit for a little bit in the hair. Really be generous with it. Work it through. I personally like to keep a wide tooth comb in my, because I have 10 pounds of hair, and especially if it's long, it's pretty aggressive.
Well, and with that too, even if you don't have 10 pounds of hair, so at our local License to Create Awards that we had, she's going to smell the product, that we had in Bellevue about 2 months ago, you guys saw me unbag the swag bag from there, and I brought this out, being that this is kind of one of the iconic deep conditioners. So case in point, I don't have a lot of hair. My hair is fine. It can be really easily weighed back down. I unboxed or unbagged that about 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago. Mine's already gone. And never at any time did I feel like my hair was weighted down or I had any issues. And because I am a maybe once or twice a week shampoo conditioner, a lot of times I just use this as my regular conditioner, and I love it, and it smells so good, and the formulas stay consistent for as long as it's been out.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's really tough to find within product lines. People always constantly say, like, we haven't changed it, it hasn't this and that, but like, I mean, I literally can think of using this back in like 10 years ago. I mean, and it literally was just as good, if not. You know what I mean?
I mean, and combined together, she and I have both been doing hair for about 13 years, so to have a product that we can still say we loved 13 years ago and we still love it, that's I think awesome. That's a pretty cool testament.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Moving on.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, yes, I was so excited about that one.
Okay, so for any of you guys who know me or who have seen me before, what did you grab?
A different one, because I'm scared my bags, you guys, those bags are so heavy and so big, and it's balanced on this like small little tray that is legitimately about to just fall over. So I'm like playing a game of balance right now with my bag.
Okay, and really quick, Joanne has a question asking what's the product. Were you asking about, so what we were just talking about was the K-Pack Color Therapy Luster Lock. So it's their treatment. So kind of like their deep conditioner. Does that answer that question? Hopefully? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a problem. I have an obsession. There's no such thing as too many color brushes in my life. And I have a love affair that I pretty much was rolling around on the ground at Premiere this weekend because I was such a happy kid. And that is Color Trek brushes. And I'm going to try to get kind of close. They are limited edition, licensed to create gold glitter brushes. And so I pretty much lost my ever-loving mind. You guys can see it's the glitter brush, and it was made specifically for the license to create swag.
Which made me start thinking, hey, Color Trek, like, let's be best friends. We can do a Seneca and Boone
Yes,
custom one.
I would totally,
or-
Color Trek, if you're watching, we
got
totally.
you.
Yeah.
We volunteer as tribute.
We volunteer as your test case, please, by all means.
Yeah, this was honestly, I think that night we came back and they somehow surfaced towards the top and we were both just like, but so actually I probably had like almost as intense reaction like when we met Sonia Dub.
Yes.
And pretty much gave her a heart attack.
Yes.
Which, hi.
Hi, sorry, by the way, we love you. But no, so for me personally, as a hairdresser, I love Color Trek brushes. They are my absolute favorite, whether they're the white bristle brushes. I love the fact that they release them in fun colors. They're just great, consistent brushes. And here, to prove a point.
Oh, you're about to see the truth.
Yeah.
Shelly wants to know what your favorite lightning product is. Personally, I really like Wella Blondore's the multi-purpose, but I've also really recently grown fond of Pravana's Cream Lightener. I feel like it's really soft. It has a coconut oil base, so it's been really great even just as far as not only on the scalp, if you're going to do any kind of bright vivids or anything of the sort, but is also just overall really nourishing for the hair if you've done a color correction or somebody who's had a little bit more on their hair before. Personally, those are my two favorites. Alyssa?
Yeah, so I would say, I know. My favorite lightener that I have is going to be the Wella Blonder, just multi-purpose. Same thing. It's my absolute favorite. It's consistent. It has anti-yellowing pigments in there. And kind of like Kat said before, it does everything. It's consistent every time. You mix it correctly, you will get you'll get a perfect result every single time. And I just love how many different ways you can use it and how great the hair feels.
And not to get like sidetracked on like lighteners, but like that mixing ratio is so important.
Yes.
Measure and use your scale. It doesn't, I mean, yes, the lightener does matter, but so much of it is going to come down to also how you're mixing and what your frosting is, essentially.
Oh,
you know
totally.
what I mean? Like,
Yes.
You don't ask a baker to bake or like design a cake with an ugly frosting or like a runny frosting, same concept.
Yes. So, and to get back to my issue and my obsession, and I refuse to say it's a problem because then that would mean I have to stop. This is just a handful of the brushes I have. I have a full mug of them in the back right now.
And we actually have another thing of them from the other salon.
And we
too,
also
so,
picked up, I think, like 4 or 5 more packs of these while we were at Premiere. So, yeah, they're my favorite thing in the entire world. And so to be able to say now I have a limited edition gold glitter brush. Yeah, I'm a happy kid.
It's a good day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
So
It's a
yeah,
very good
anyway,
day.
Color Trek, call us.
Yes.
All right. My next one is the Flex Dry Paddle Wet Brush, which I think everybody has like a mini love and obsession with all things wet brush. And I think you can never really go wrong when it comes to a paddle or anything like that of the sort.
Well,
Let's pull it out.
And I feel like wet brush definitely. Oh, see, that's nice. That's real nice. I feel like wet brush a few years ago when it came out actually really it was a game changer. It's something so simple but so needed in our industry. It goes through, it detangles, it's so soft, it doesn't snag, and it was something that it was so easy and so simple that we didn't even know we needed it until it came out, and now we don't know how we survive without it.
Right.
And I mean, really, honestly, this color too is super fun, and I know it was both our first times going to Florida ever, and it reminds me of a flamingo. Like it's pink and purple, like a flamingo.
Or Lisa Frank.
Or at least the Frank.
Yeah, you know, I think, again, one of my favorite things, even as I'm looking at it, is you can see it has that nice curvature, which, again, is going to counter with the scalp really nice. And realistically, it's like, who doesn't love scalp stimulation? How many times does a client even sit in your shampoo bowl and think, like, oh, I never get to do this? But, I mean, actually, even, like, pushing it that far, or even being able to set your client up successfully, you know what I mean, is going to come down to where the scalp's at, how happy the scalp is.
Yeah, and even something like this, too, like Kat was saying earlier. Oh,
see?
This is so
happy.
Why does it feel so much better when she does this? But to go, you know, to a point too, it's something as simple as even like keeping this brush with your mask that we were talking about earlier in your shower. So, yeah.
There you go. Moving on. Alyssa, what are some of the trends that you might have seen?
Oh, man. Between all the different booths, there are so many things at the trend show. For summer hair, it's interesting. It's just, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can imagine this. There were booths upon booths upon booths. Like you walk in and you see, you know, things hanging from the ceiling and music blaring. There was a cotton candy machine. There were so many different things, but it's so interesting that I feel like we're not so much seeing specific trends as we have in the past. They're very like, okay, we're only doing vivids, or we're only doing pastels, or we're just doing ombres, or we're just doing baby lights. It's really more...
It's like mix and match. Like right now, everything almost borderline seems a la carte, where it's like, okay, you want a punky fun color? Cool. Yeah. Let's incorporate this baby lights technique and go aggressive in the front. And then you don't want it to be like full time, so let's add a conditioner to do this, and let's throw in some braids, or let's throw in some texture. Like you literally saw it all. I mean,
yeah, it's, you kind of saw everything, a mixture of everything. And it, interestingly enough, so like with my hair, the reason that I'm platinum blonde in the front is because I actually went prematurely gray when I was younger. And so because I'm naturally very light, but specifically in the front, I am very, very gray. And so having something really color blocked like this in the front, which we haven't seen easily since the 90s, I was curious to see how people were going to take it, and in actuality, it's actually been really fun seeing people's reactions, because I didn't think it was that funky or it was that extreme, because like she said, all we were doing was back-to-back baby lights in the front so I could get gray blending, and instead now it's turned into a really fun showcase. Now I can do different fun colors, or if I want to, I can just let it be blonde.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, sorry, I know that was roundabout. I feel like with trends, what we're seeing more than anything is that you're creating the trend. So whether that's you want to mix together really, really bright vivids into very, very soft pastels, or maybe you want to flip-flop it. Maybe you want a pastel root and you want a really vivid end, or maybe you have a client who goes, I just want to be a little bit funky, and you're doing baby lights with color blocking in the front of their hair. I mean, it's kind of up to you. I think that was the really cool part that we were seeing more than anything. Yeah. Haircut wise, I'm seeing a lot of very blunt haircuts. A lot of really blunt haircuts coming back in, and a lot of really statement bangs.
Well, and here's the thing. I've seen a lot of blunt haircuts, but I've also seen a lot of like razor precision, if that makes sense. Like
very much
the Arrojo trend definitely, I shouldn't even call them trend, but the Arrojo concept definitely has gained a forward momentum, in the sense of, yes, you're still seeing that very like kind of Sassoon style like precision, but there's also a softness to it. It's not necessarily just sharp, it's soft in a way, if that makes sense. So it sounds like I'm saying a mix of everything, but it kind of is. Yeah. Because you did see a lot of razor cutting, and you did see
a lot of different booths where it's very blunt lines, but then texture and movement through here all done with a razor.
Yeah. So razors were definitely a thing.
Yeah. Next. Yes.
Oh, we have like the whole.
Yes,
we have them all out.
Okay, so we have the ItaTen Blow Dry, which comes in the most amazing shade of teal. My mother will love this. This is her favorite color in the whole wide world. We have the Miracle Glossing Shampoo, Miracle Glossing Glaze Conditioner,
and the Miracle Blow Dry Balm.
So Personally, I love ItaTen. ItaTen, when it came out, was, I think it was pretty groundbreaking, and I know that it became a staple very quickly for a lot of people. And I love that in the last few years, they've really expanded the line from the original product, and now they have shampoos, they've got conditioners, they've got ItaTen Light, they've got ItaTen Deep Treatment, they have ItaTen, I think it's like Cara Silk, or it has keratin, it's the purple line.
The line's definitely expanded and launched.
A lot. And I love that they always put, it's the exact same things on the back of the package, which it's gentle cleansing, instant explosive shine, prolongs hair color retention, protection against color fading, thermal heat protection, weightless formula, smooths the hair shaft, enhances volume, protects against breakage, and adds in detangling. Like, I mean, 10 things. There you go. This is their promise.
Just in case you ever wondered what, it's 10. Yeah, it says
literally.
It says 10 things.
Back of all their packaging.
I actually am I'm a feeler and I'm a smeller. Yeah. So you guys will see me open and smell things a lot. And if you don't know this about me, so I actually grew up watching Spanish novellas, and so when I think of like beautiful blowout hair, like I think big beautiful hair. So a styling balm like this is always something that like I'm always intrigued by and always really curious by, because I do love a really good blowout. It's interesting. I actually just ran this all the way through my hands, and I don't actually even feel like I need a towel. Yeah. It's really nice. It's fragrant. The fragrant isn't overwhelming. That's going to make me start sneezing. And I'm actually somebody who's very prone to sneeze uncontrollably for like 10 minutes, and then it's uncomfortable. People stop saying bless you and start saying shut up. But there's actually not a whole lot of stick to it, which I can imagine would be really nice, especially for somebody even like your hair, Alyssa.
Yeah, I mean, it's we both just put it in our hair, and I like the fact too, because again, hairdressers, we don't ever really read directions, or we read them after we've already used something. And I like that this one says you can apply to wet or dry hair, meaning that you can use it to prep the hair, but it also makes it sound like you can use it to finish the hair. And we all like things that do more than one thing.
I mean, and honestly, it's light enough that I'd be curious to know if you could go ahead and round brush it and style it into day 2, day 3 hair for somebody that maybe just wants to refresh a little bit or wants that extra little smoothness, because it is really light. It is really light. Like, again, like nice. I have like no stick really on my hands right now. So that's exciting. That's a good one to play with.
Well, so should we continue with the ItaTen family? Because
oh my gosh, I'm just going to put this in my lap because things are getting cray, you guys.
Okay, everybody hold on to their biscuits.
Keep going. I'm getting there, guys.
So obviously ItaTen wanted to really cover all of both ends of the spectrum, which is really great.
Yes.
This is something I've never seen this before, so I'm curious if this is the newest addition to their family. And it's ItaTen Miracle Defrizzing Cleansing Conditioner and a Miracle Defrizzing Curl Cream. So it sounds like both of these, I guarantee, yes, are definitely geared towards someone who may have a little bit more texture to their hair, someone who may need a little bit of extra love, or really are looking for more of a defined moisturizing style. I would be curious to see, again, apply evenly to clean damp hair from roots to end. Do not rinse, shape curls, air dry, or diffuse to style. So it sounds like ItaTen's really starting to target for maybe of a curly hair demographic, which is awesome. I mean, they've been successful with all of their moisture products. So I'm curious to see, does this...
No, it smells really good. You can actually smell the beeswax in it. That's what I was trying to like pinpoint. Is it had a bit? Obviously, it would make sense that it has a little bit of that tropical feel to it because we're talking curls, we're talking beach hair, things like that, right? And so it almost reminds me of a not annoying tanning lotion. The smell of it.
Like the really
and so that's what I was trying
smell.
to like figure. Yeah, the like happy, like luxurious smell. But yeah, the beeswax definitely would do that. We're looking at vegetable protein, which means it's going to be really nourishing for that like hydrated, thirsty hair.
And it has coconut oil. That's where it is.
Coconut oil. So overall, yeah. I mean, I think this could be a fun one. I don't want to put it in my hands because, like I said, I just put the other one in my hands.
Oh, see, and I totally did.
Did you?
It actually feels really good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this smells amazing.
Oh, it does. See, okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's actually a nice shiny finish to it, which is amazing. Yeah. If you work with curly hair, you know that it's not so much about controlling hair, it's about hydrating it.
Yes.
And you want to bring back in that curl what it's missing. Curly hair is not necessarily unhealthy, it's not necessarily dry, it's thirsty, it's parched, it's dehydrated, so you want to be able to not only nourish it from the inside, but also finish it on the outside. And when you're seeing that kind of reflection in there, it's obviously telling you that there's something in there that's going to give it some really yummy goodness on the inside.
Well, and it's showing you too, it's got some weight to it, but it's got that nice weight. It's got the one that's not going to be coating, it's just going to be really nourishing, which is always a plus, especially if you have any kind of curl or wave or texture to your hair. Like Kat said, the more moisture, the better.
Yeah.
So,
Very
okay,
good.
let's delve in.
Let's delve in. Hold on, I think I am. Let's move on to the matrix. Yeah? Okay, so we're looking at a bonding system.
Ooh.
Bonding system, shampoo, a bond, shampoo, conditioner, and
Okay, wait, I got them.
finishing.
1, 2, 3.
Da-da-da.
So it's definitely a handful.
Yes.
So,
when we're looking at this, what I would imagine is a rebonding. Is this going to be a little bit kind of like shampoo, conditioner, Olaplex style? As much as I hate to compare it to another brand, sorry.
no, I actually, and this is one of the ones I actually delved into when we were still in Orlando. So I kind of read through because I was a little confused because their system says, so they have the Rebond, which is step 1, and it's a strength rehab shampoo. They also have their step 2, which is the Rebond strength rehab system. And then on top of that, they also have the Rebond strength rehab system conditioner. Now, anyone out there who's a matrix person and uses these, if I get these wrong, please, by all means, let us know. But when I read this, you actually do the Rebond step 1 on a regular basis. So say, for instance, you're a daily or an every other. You use Rebond step 1 and Rebond step 3. Once a week, you add additionally in the middle, the Rebond step 2 is a fortifier. So I would imagine it's a strengthening and conditioning shampoo and conditioner that once a week gets a little added extra boost of protein or of strength, just to give it that extra little like kick to the butt that it might need.
Yeah. So, I mean, essentially, it's like, imagine making your, like, breakfast smoothie every morning, and then, like, once or twice a week, adding that extra bit of, like, protein or kick or something in it, just to kind of, not necessarily something you would want to do on the regular, because, again, you wouldn't want to, like, overdo it.
Yes.
But you definitely need it in there just to kind of give you that extra kick and that pick-me-up. Again, especially if you're working with something that's bonding, you're filling, right? You're filling in, like, holes, and you're filling in, like, little things. So it's kind of that extra little bit of...
Almost like if you're plastering, or, you know, say for instance you move out of your apartment, you move out of your condo, we all know you got to take everything off the walls, and before they can paint, they have to go back in and kind of fill in all the little holes, because, you know, soap is not always the answer to fill those holes in, but it definitely works in a pinch, in case you're curious. So I imagine with this, it's really just kind of going in and filling those holes, and, you know, on a weekly basis, maybe, you know, doing the step 2 is just really giving it a nice clean foundation.
Yeah.
So that everything can go in there. Yeah.
I mean, I think something like this is super cool. You know, it doesn't seem like, with something like this, I think it's important that the fragrance not be super extreme.
Yeah, and it's really lightweight.
Soft.
Yeah,
It's
I used
really
it.
soft.
Yeah, I used it when we were in Florida, and I mean, we're from Seattle, so in Seattle we have every kind of weather under the sun, and in Florida, the humidity plus the heat plus everything plus different water conditions.
You just don't know why you're always wet.
It definitely, I mean, it felt nice in my hair. And again, sometimes shampoos and conditioners that have a lot of steps or that are rebuilding shampoos can be very heavy, and I was really happy with it. I have only used it once, so I'm looking forward to using it again and adding maybe that additional step too.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Moving on.
Ooh.
Guy Tang My Identity. I've actually never played with Guy Tang My Identity, and to be honest with you, was he at Premiere?
he was at
I
Premiere.
actually, that was probably like one person that for some reason, like we did not
never
run into
saw.
like one time. I stalked the heck out of Hair Godzilla though.
Yes, she did.
And then I panicked when I was supposed to be in.
Well, and it's so funny that she says that. So I personally never have used Guy Tang either. However, it's funny. No, we did not see him, and I know he was there because I've seen him in the CosmoProf videos. Which, if you guys were at Premiere, if you were at Orlando, if you were at the show, definitely take some time. Go to CosmoProf on Instagram. I'm not sure if they have it on Facebook yet, but in their stories under the show, they actually have, if you flick up, that you can see all of the highlights and all the photos from the show. So definitely, if you were there, take the time, or even just go see who was there.
I mean, and see if maybe you can see some faces that you know.
That being said, I know he was there. We never saw him, but interestingly enough, so this is from the Guy Tang My Identity, and I believe this is a newer release because it's very superhero themed, and everywhere we went, we didn't see Guy Tang in person, but we saw there was cardboard cutouts of Guy Tang as a superhero. So, I mean, we might not have met him, but I feel like I met him indirectly.
Pretty much did. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're curious to see if we can get a superpower out of this.
Yes. So, and this is his direct dye and Crimson Spell. There we go. Sorry.
I like to think that my superpower is being super extra, but I'll give it a go.
Stay tuned.
Stay
Yes,
tuned.
yes.
Okay, what do you
Okay.
want next? What you pick? Ooh, I was gonna go for the big pink bottle too.
We're obviously very visceral because we just went from something red, now we're going to something pink. No, okay, so everybody knows sexy hair. Oh. Okay, but she beat me to the punch.
Sorry.
This one is, this one's interesting. So it says this one is part of Vibrant Sexy Hair, and it's a color lock hairspray
With color protection.
with color protection and rose and almond oil.
C'est avec rose and almond oil.
Oh,
It's
wow,
in
yeah.
French.
Literally at the bottom it says UV color protection hairspray, which, I mean, you can't really
That's-
go wrong with that.
Brilliant. So essentially, then I would assume there's some kind of reflective properties in it. So I would assume in my head, Vibrant Sexy Hair. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it has these kinds of properties, what it's doing is it's going to be a hairspray that's going to create a really shiny finish, enough for it to reflect the light, so it doesn't drain your beautiful pigment. Correct.
Correct. Also, one nice thing, anyone who's familiar with Big Sexy, something that they started doing over when they repackaged a handful of years ago is that you can always look for, there's always going to be a series of numbers, and this is going to actually tell you what it kind of the concentration is. So this one says it's an 8 for shine and a 6 for hold. So this is going to put you more at a medium to slightly stronger hold, but a very, very high shine factor. So I mean, and again, hairdressers, like I said before, we don't really read directions, so it's nice when things are written really easily for us.
Like when I just grabbed it, opened it, and sprayed it?
And then you're like, oh my gosh, what does it do?
I do like it. It's very shiny. What's it for?
What's it for? Just so you guys know, too, our counter literally looks like a CosmoProf store exploded all over it, and we are not complaining right now.
Right, there are no complaints. All right, what you want to do next? Let's do the Donny box you opened.
Oh, yes. Okay, that one. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so let's see. We have... Oh, okay. This is the Malibu Professional Revitalize. Oh, shampoo and conditioner. And oh my goodness, there was little swag packs inside of these.
There were swag packs in the swag?
Swag packs in the swag? Gosh, I'm like, wait, how did she open hers? Apparently I
Well-
opened my box wrong. Oh my, holy moly,
Oh,
what is all
concentrated
of this?
color. Check this out. Okay, so there's actually enhancing hybrid pigment powder in here. 100% vegan. That's pretty awesome. We have red and we have yellow. So basically, I'm assuming then if we wanted to like enhance any of these extra pigments that we're doing.
What I would like to know what the syringe concentrator is for. So in this case, we are going to actually read the directions because I'm very curious as am I going to...
So looks like there is a color activator, okay, where you mix in with...
I like that.
Yeah, no, this is great. They gave us pictures, which is smart because I saw the pictures and I instantly wanted to look at it.
Oh my gosh, do we put the conditioner in?
Yeah, so we're customizing and creating our own hues. So basically, they gave us all of these extra little hues for us to start creating any of the pigments that we make.
Oh my gosh, so we get our primary
color
color. So
fusion.
in theory, Kat could make a pink customized shampoo and conditioner, and I could make a lilac customized one for myself. Oh my gosh, we are so excited.
My gosh.
Look at us actually reading. And also, I don't know if you can tell, but I feel super magical because these are all really reflective. And I'm now less terrified over the fact that they gave us what looks like a syringe stopper thing. So that makes me feel a lot better.
A
So
lot less scary, a lot more exciting. So yay for the win.
We love
Let's see
things
what
that
kind
are
of magical unicorns we'll be.
yes. Yes, check back with us in a week, and we're going to check our color skills to see how we mix on color. Remember, blue is always the bully, so don't need a lot.
Here's my blue one.
Oh, she found her blue.
I found my blue. All right.
Okay.
Oh, and my syringe.
Oh, and her syringe. This is kind of terrifying. Okay, so moving on. Oh,
sorry.
see, you can start to see all the products starting to pile up. Okay, so let's see. Moving on, we have... Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Oh, it's made by Chi. Very interesting. We have what's the Royal Treatment Ultimate Control Working Spray to create volume, hold, and shine with white truffle and pearl. I don't think I've ever seen white truffle in a hair product. Normally when I think of truffle or I think of white truffle, I think of food. So this is
Basically,
interesting.
you're going to look delicious.
Apparently so. And then we also have the Royal Treatment Pearl Complex Lightweight Leave-In Treatment for hair and skin. Oh, okay. It's in very small writing, so give us 2 seconds because I know we don't look as old as we may perhaps might actually be.
Like
there might be reading glasses.
looking cross-eyed looking at these.
But you know what they say, good things do come in small packages. So let's see. Oh, sassy. Dispense desired amount of Royal Treatment Pearl Complex onto palms and apply from mid-hair shaft to ends, avoiding the scalp. Can be used on wet or dry hair and skin. Use as often as needed. Done. It can be put on dry hair.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all you.
Okay. She can do the spray. Oh. Okay. Well, and like all Chi products, they smell phenomenal.
Of course they do.
They smell absolutely fabulous. I'm not sure if I'm sensing truffle, and now that I'm thinking about truffles, now I'm hungry.
It smells like a luxurious oil.
Yeah.
Like a diffuser. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it should be called Royal Treatment because it smells expensive.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So this one definitely, so in my hair, and you guys saw a few minutes ago that I was spraying hairspray in left and right, and we have a few things going on in there. This one definitely does stay off the roots. For fine hair clients, I would say this feels really great on the ends of the hair, especially in where my blonde is. But if you have fine hair, definitely read the directions. It has a really soft finish. You can actually see I'm kind of rubbing it into my hands, but it does still have a little bit of weight to it. So great for clients who have thicker hair who can take a little bit more. For fine hair clients, I'd say one of these guys is going to last you a little bit because a little goes a long way in all the good ways.
Yeah.
All
right. Alyssa, you have a little piece of swag that I don't because I got swagger jacked. My son actually was obsessed with this and stole it from me. So, yeah. CosmoProf, if you want to hook it up. I got swagger jacked.
She got swag jacked by a child.
By an 11-year-old.
By an 11-year-old. So we all picked up a license to create CosmoProf PopSocket, which for all of us, we all know that we are very on our phones at all times. And this is something that I had talked about in a previous video that I'm not sure if all of you guys are aware of, but CosmoProf actually now has their own app. It's available for download both on Apple and on the Google Play Store. And so if you haven't had a chance to do it, it's your digital CosmoProf app. So what we really loved about it too is that I'm forever losing my CosmoProf card, or I'm scratching it with a set of keys, so my barcode doesn't work. And so this is great because it has everything all in one area. So pretty much you can bring up your CosmoProf card. You can say, for instance, if you don't have a product and you're in studio, you can actually give your client a prescription and have it emailed to them, and instantly they're able to click on that and have their products delivered to them. So for me, this was a huge one, and now I like the fact that I have PopSocket because I just got a brand new phone case and I need a new PopSocket for it. So thanks, guys.
Yay!
She doesn't get one because her kid took it.
Because I got swagger jacked. But my birthday's on Monday, so if you guys want to give me a new one, oh my gosh, somebody is at the door, so give us a second. Well, not that we're not live or anything. Hi! Oh, we're actually doing a video for our CosmoProf stuff.
Like talking to yourself.
No, we're actually live. Do you want to say hi?
Everybody, so we were talking about our wonderful, fabulous CosmoProf. Everybody say hi to our wonderful, fabulous CosmoProf rep.
Hi!
Wow.
Yeah, we're just actually going through our swag from the License to Create Awards for parents. Well, we're almost through the bag, but we had a 50-pound checked-in bag when we came back, so we made out like bandits. Yeah. All right, perfect. We'll see you later. Bye.
So if you guys don't have a wonderful, fabulous CosmoProf rep, you guys should get one, but you can't have him because he's ours, and we love him.
Yes.
Okay. I love it. So, okay, getting to the very bottom.
That's real life, guys. That's real life.
Yes. So that's real salon studio life. But honestly, too, it's also really great. One of the things that we do love about CosmoProf is that they are constantly always checking in on us and making sure we have everything we need, even if it's something as simple as, and we've had this happen, we've had, not because of CosmoProf, but just because of delivery accidents happen, we've had a product box get shipped to Kentucky, and
near Kentucky.
Yep, and we are not in Kentucky. We are in Seattle. And so having amazing reps like this to be able to go, you know what, don't worry about it. What is your 911? I will bring it to you at 8:45 in the morning on a Saturday. So
yeah, he's a rock star.
CosmoProf.
Total rock star. All right, did we already talk about the cleaner?
No.
Okay.
I'm excited about this.
We're talking powder, detergent, clean, disinfectant. Okay, so we're pretty much talking laundry.
Okay, this is what I'm curious of, and I haven't gotten through this. I don't think this is laundry. I think that this is barbicide in a form. This is barbicide in a tab form. I have been reading about this, so forgive me.
Oh, I see it. I was reading the wrong thing. I was like, why am I looking at contact lenses and things like that?
Yes.
No, this is.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. So this is
Powder,
either,
detergent, and
this is, okay, well here. This is either cleaning supplies or this is barbicide in a tab form. I'm not exactly sure which one this is. So it has a lot of things, including an MSDS and a federal regulation and a lot of active ingredients. So we're gonna have to look into this a little bit more. Either way, I like the fact that it's small and it has 8 water-soluble packages.
I want to see what it actually looks like.
Don't eat it. It's not a kids. Tide Pods are not something you should joke about.
Oh!
And the little packets dissolve in water.
The little packets dissolve in water.
Yeah.
It's actually like a little powder. It's a little powder.
Yeah. I like it. Yes, don't get it near your face.
Yeah,
yes.
they're really, really soft. So yeah, obviously they do dissolve.
Yeah, so I'm super curious as to what exactly these are, if they're just for cleaning surfaces, because it says we can use them on walls, floors, sink tops, tables, and chairs, for larger areas such as operating rooms and patient care facilities. We are not operating on anything in our studio, FYI, state of Washington, no operations, but it's good to know that we could hospital grade disinfect if we needed to. So we're gonna have to look into these a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
We definitely don't eat them though.
Okay, something that also was swagger jacked out of the bag. I will let Miss Kat talk about this guy.
So, obviously my hair is pink. I love my hair being pink. This is a Cara Color Plus Conditioner, which was seriously heaven with a side trip to paradise for me, because obviously I gave my purple to Alyssa. So then when we pulled these out, like, legit, I was like, CosmoProf knew we were coming. I would like to think in my delusional extra mind that I was like, yes, those are specifically for us. But they had a pink and a purple, so it was perfect. Yeah. But anyway, so obviously it was out in the sun a little bit. I actually did go tanning before I went, and so my color fades, obviously. It's heat. It's like the pH is still changing. So underneath my light hair, it's actually very, very blonde. Very, very blonde. So it's not just like a quick and easy fix, but a lot of it started fading, so we started to see a little bit more of those gold hues starting to come out. You started to see more of my blonde coming out. Yeah. And so the minute I got home, I actually unpacked mine, and I was like, I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm gonna, because I'm naughty like Wolfie. Wolfie's my cat. And I let the conditioner sit for a few minutes, honestly, and like I showed Alyssa, and I shook it out. She's like, well, what did you think? How did you like it? And honestly, it did deposit really well within all of the places that like it had faded it out, and it did kind of help enrich a little bit. If you look on the back, there's actually a little bit of a color scale as to, obviously based on the number of minutes and how much you use and how often you use it, what the longevity of it's gonna be. I'm not somebody that washes my hair all of the time, so realistically, once a week I condition, I deposit, and then if I need to one other time during the week, I'll just solely condition. The consistency of it was actually really soft and really smooth also. There wasn't much of a scent to it. I probably shouldn't have done that.
No, but that's okay. And the cool part too is I actually had a chance to pop into a local CosmoProf today, and they do have it in a variety of different colors. So they have it in 2 different silvers. One's that's a regular silver, one that is a blue-based silver, which for anybody doing silver hair, you know how important that is to know which your undertones are. They had a purple one. I want to say they have green. They had some fun different colors to it. So it was kind of something fun to try.
I mean, I think that we should do like a battle of the conditioning hues. And like really just kind of like, do you know what I mean? Do like a color off. Like, and just see which ones last the longest, which ones like,
I'm going to get back to her on that. I forgot I have a meeting somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
You run your meetings with me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Okay.
hater.
So, okay, guys, we are down to the last two things, and it looks like, so we have a Pravana Nevo Intense Therapy Leave-In Treatment, and like most Pravana products, 100% gluten-free, 100% a vegan. I actually did have a chance. I broke into this one in Florida, because one of the things, again, I love about shows is that you don't have to pack any hair products, because usually you're guaranteed you're going to pick up something fun. And so this one was really fun. It's interesting. It kind of you have to shake it because it separates. It's almost like it has kind of like this pearly, milky consistency at the top, and then it's a really pretty aqua blue at the bottom. And I sprayed it in there just as a leave-in treatment and let my hair air dry because, again, it was Florida and it was hot, and the last thing I wanted to do was blow dry my hair. And it was really nice and lightweight. I liked it.
I've actually used this before, and I 100%, it makes the hair feel so nice. It's really lightweight, it's soft. For leave-in treatments in particular, like I feel like they can get kind of, not gunky, but kind of. Do you know what I mean? Where I almost feel like it just feels heavy, and this one doesn't. It definitely has been one of my favorites in the past as I've played with it. So this one's probably yours that you opened and used, so.
She's so better.
Better. And last but definitely not least, we have a baby Brawler by Gibbs. It's a bantamweight hairspray. Relentless hold. So pretty much my hair's not going anywhere.
She's anchor proof now.
Let me see. I actually haven't played with this one.
I haven't either, but we actually, so it's Gibbs, guys into beard stuff. So I'm curious, is this for your hair or for your beard?
That's actually,
Relentless
Hold Superfine Spray. I'm sure you could use it for both is the thing. I think, you know, a lot of times we forget, like, how much, like, manscaping, as far as the face goes, has become, like, such a thing. It is. It's like, it's the contouring for males, you know?
I mean, we have products now that can be cocktailed towards men for beard blowouts to actually give softness, smoothness. We have entire lines that are created around this. Obviously, this is one, and I gotta tell you, their booth was a lot of fun. It was very cool, and very attractive gentlemen. Yes, liked that booth. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that was a good one.
Thank you, Gibbs.
Thank you, Gibbs.
For your contribution. I'm curious to let the boys try this at home. And see what they think.
Let our husbands try this.
Actually, it's funny, because Phil will probably try it. My son's a total product junkie, you guys. He is definitely the son of the hair world. Like, he very much is. So, I'd be curious to know what he thinks.
No. Well, you guys, thank you guys for hanging out with us and letting us kind of talk through everything, and hopefully we were able to answer all the questions that you guys did ask. As always, want to say thank you to CosmoProf, thank you to Premier Orlando, thank you to the Hair Nerds, and thank you to our wonderful rep. Real life people.
Real life. Yeah, I mean, what an awesome opportunity, like, to be able to be part of, I mean, honestly, it was all amazing. You know, it's like I can't, there's no other word, as cheesy as it sounds, but grateful just to be surrounded by so many industry icons and so much industry passion and love. It was phenomenal. So thank you to everyone that made it possible. Thank you again, CosmoProf, for all of the swag. Thank you, Alaska, for not charging us. Woo! You the real MVP. And thank you guys for joining us and letting us ramble and be goofy, and two best friends that are just trying to boss babe and kill it at life, and hopefully share some of this product. And there's so much is falling everywhere. That's probably our cue.
That's probably our cue.
Exit.
And remember, guys, make sure to go check out the CosmoProf app if you haven't already. And thank you guys for joining us.
Don't forget, follow Alyssa on Instagram at @HotStylist.
And follow Cat Like Meow on Instagram. And
we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.